Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the last Smash Fighter DLC, who I think it's going to be. I'm going to go through a list that I wrote of a bunch of possible characters that I've seen talked about a lot, and just some characters that people want, and some characters that seem pretty likely, and I've ranked them from the least likely all the way to the most likely. So let's begin. First off, we have Phoenix Wright from the Ace Attorney games. There's been a new leak going around saying that pretty much is like almost confirming Phoenix Wright, but the leak doesn't seem that trustworthy, so I wouldn't believe it. And I just can't see a move set for Phoenix Wright. I mean, he could be in the game. I could see it happening, but like as the last Smash fighter, I don't know. It just doesn't seem right to me. Right. But yeah, that's why I think he's the least likely out of all these characters. Next up is another character from the Sonic series. I've seen a lot of people rooting for them. The biggest character I've seen is either like Eggman or Tails or Shadow or something. I don't see this very likely. I highly doubt it. I I mean, it's just because I feel like they lost their chance. Maybe later, or like earlier on in the DLC pack, maybe I could have like thought of Tails or Eggman, but just not for the last DLC pack, I don't think. I think for the last one, they're gonna want to go out with a bang, because there's no other characters after this point. Sakurai has confirmed that this is the final character from Smash, so I just don't think it's gonna be somebody from the Sonic series. Next up is Bandana Waddle Dee. This character is pretty low down here, mostly for the same reason as the last two. It just doesn't seem like that big of a character. Like, yes, people have been really wanting Bandana Waddle Dee, but Kirby already has 3 reps. I doubt they're going to give him a 4th. Maybe in the next Smash game, but I just don't see it happening for this game, especially not as the final fighter. Next is a Pokemon representative, especially from the new generation. I don't know, maybe what's Score Bunny's evolution? Score something. Maybe that guy or the monkey. I don't know. I don't see this as very likely because, again, it's not a very big character, and also we have a lot of Pokemon characters. We have Pokemon Trainer, Mewtwo, Pikachu, Pichu, Jigglypuff. What's the other ones? Incineroar. Like, we have plenty of Pokemon characters. We don't need another one. And like I said, it's just not a big character that I think they'd want to end off all of Smash Bros. With. Uh, Next up is a fairly unlikely candidate, but Freddy from the Five Nights at Freddy's series. I don't think he's going to make it. He's not going to get in. I am praying for a Mii costume. I think that'd be pretty funny. But the reason I think he has a better chance than the previous 4 characters is only because I could kind of see a moveset for him. Like, there's a little bit of moveset potential. Maybe, like, put in some bites and kicks. Some, like, he throws his microphone, do some FNAF World moves. I don't know. I could see some sort of moveset potential. And you can't tell me that this wouldn't, like, destroy the internet. But, again, with the whole Scott drama thing happening, I could see them not wanting to do this, or them just being like, nah, we're just not going to add this character. Because he's really not that big of a character, but hopefully we'll get a Mii Fighter costume. Next up is another crowd favorite, Rayman. I could see Rayman. I could definitely see him as a Smash fighter. He looks like he'd fit in. He's from a big game series. Well, not that big of a game series, but from a fairly large game series by Ubisoft, but like most of the characters before, he falls into the same category where I feel like it's a little too late for Rayman. Like, I could see him as the last Smash fighter, but I feel like there's just better picks. Like the ones at the top of this list. I feel like they'd be more hype than Rayman, but I'm definitely not against Rayman. I would love to see Rayman in the game. I played Rayman Legends, really liked that game, so he definitely has moveset potential, and he'd be, from the Rayman series, which doesn't have any representatives yet. So I'd love to see Rayman, just not sure how likely he is to get into the game. Next up is Sora from the Kingdom Hearts series. I don't see this one being very likely. I could probably swap Sora and Rayman, honestly. Just because, I mean, of course, the whole Disney thing. Like, I don't know if Sakurai is going to be able to get Sora in just because Disney owns Kingdom Hearts. And I'm sure that'd be a legal nightmare. And also just because, I mean, he's Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is big, but it's really not that big. And I feel like the last Smash fighter being Sora, I feel like it'd be a bit of a letdown. But again, they definitely have moveset potential. I haven't really played the Kingdom Hearts games, but I've seen gameplay. I could see some moves for them. And a lot of fans would be happy. I've seen a lot of fans rooting for Sora. So I could totally see it happening. I'm just not sure if it will because, again, the whole Disney thing. But, we'll have to see. Next up is one of my personal bigger picks, the Doomslayer, or Doom Guy from the Doom games. Now, I could see this character working for a couple big reasons. First of all, the Doom games were like one of the first first-person shooter games. They made the FPS genre what it is today. Without Doom, we wouldn't have games like Call of Duty and Halo. So, just for that, that's pretty big. I could see him getting some, representation in Smash just for that. Also, some great moveset potential on him. All of his guns and stuff. He has a little knife thing on his wrist. He could poke some people with that thing. He has his crucible, the big red sword. He could pull that out. His final smash could be something cool. He has a lot of stuff he could do. I could see him for a pretty good moveset. But at the same time, I feel like Doomslayer is not that big of a character. As much as I love Doomslayer and I would love for him to be in the game, I don't know if they're going to do him for the final character, especially because there's a better Xbox representative that is coming up on the list that I feel like would be better than Doomslayer, but at the same time, I prefer Doomslayer. I just think he'd be a really cool pick. A lot of good moveset potential. Just not sure if it'll be him. Next up is Waluigi, and yes, I know he is an assist trophy, but I feel like Sakurai could he could just twist the rules a little bit just because of how many fans want Waluigi. I know that most people don't really want him and it's more of a meme, but I don't know. I feel like he could come out, but at the same time, he's an assist trophy already. He's basically been deconfirmed, and I feel like they're not going to have another Mario character as the final DLC, but I could definitely see Waluigi. I think he has some moveset potential, but if he did come, I'd be excited. If he didn't, I wouldn't really care. He's just kind of like a middle-of-the-road pick. Probably could have put him a little bit lower on this list, but I feel like just because of how many fans want him, I feel like he could get pretty high up here. Next up is Jonesy from Fortnite, and before you say anything, I need you to understand, Fortnite is a massive game. It is huge. Like, when Fortnite came out, that was, the biggest game. You could ask most people, and I'm sure they could tell you that they've at least heard of Fortnite. If not, played at least one match. Fortnite is a big, recognizable game series. And I could definitely see them putting Jonesy in, especially because of the kind of bond that Nintendo has with Fortnite. Ever since Fortnite got on the Switch, Nintendo has been tweeting out all the Fortnite trailers and stuff. Fortnite's been in Nintendo Directs and Nintendo showcases, and there's been, I think, 2 exclusive Fortnite Switch consoles and Fortnite Joy-Cons. So I could definitely see them getting Jonesy from Fortnite, or literally anyone from Fortnite as this pick. But at the same time, it's Fortnite. Are they really going to do Fortnite as the last pick? Especially since the game's kind of died down. But who knows, maybe we'll get him as a Mii costume. Next character is the character I was referring to earlier when I was talking about Doom Guy, is Master Chief. I think Master Chief is probably the better pick than Doom Guy. As much as I love Doom Guy and I love his games, Halo is just bigger. Halo is massive. It's like the Xbox series. He is like the face of the shooter genre, except for I guess Call of Duty. But Call of Duty doesn't really have a main character, so that's why there's no Call of Duty characters on here, because each game kind of has different characters, different stories. I mean, I guess you could do like the guy from Black Ops 1, because that was pretty big, or like Modern Warfare. What was the dude? It was Soap or whatever. I don't know. I didn't really play the story modes for those games, but I could definitely see Master Chief. He has moveset potential. He's a big series, another Xbox rep. That's the one thing that's kind of holding him back. We got Banjo, we got Steve. I don't know if we're going to get Master Chief, but I feel like he'd fit great in Smash. And I mean, you could say, oh, well, he's from a rated M game. There's no way he'll be in here. Well, we got Joker in, and we got Snake in, and isn't Bayonetta also M-rated? We've gotten other M-rated characters. I feel like we could get Chief. Or Doomslayer. This also applies to him. But yeah, I'm hoping that we get Chief. Chief is my number one pick, but I do believe there's one character that has a better chance of getting in Smash than Chief, and that is, of course, sure you've all guessed it, it's Crash Bandicoot. I mean, he's just a perfect pick for Smash. I mean, he's this big gaming icon. He was the face of PlayStation for a while. He's just like this cartoony, goofy character, tons of moveset potential, some great games, and I'm sure Nintendo would love to put him on there. Nintendo has been putting all the Crash games on their system. Who knows, maybe they'll put Crash in Smash. I mean, he just fits perfectly. Like, the internet would explode if Crash was the final character. And I'm sure that's what they want for their final character, something that would make everyone happy. And Crash would just be that person. Even if you don't like the Crash games, and even if you've never played one, I feel like even those kinds of people would be like, yeah, that makes sense, he's Crash. So that's why I think Crash is the most likely. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Let me know if you guys disagree or agree with my list. Maybe you have some different characters you want to get in. Or if you just agreed, you could also comment that. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Hey, now baby, I'm the Ripper, your baby daddy's worst nightmare. Catch me by the Claire, I'll be right there. Niggas copy everything we say. Louis frames, eyes lower than my GPA. Riding and swerving, kush I'm blow. Doze wide, my trunk bump like Eddie Roll. I don't cake hoes, I never tip the stripper. I'm rich bitch, but you can call me Cheap the Ripper.